back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Josh, pretty impressive first half there, wouldn't you agree?
Yep, those sports players are doing a really good job of, conducting the rules of the particular sport that they're playing.
Absolutely. And we've also going to, okay, I lost it. That was,
yeah,
we've also
Jesse,
going to.
We launched right into it.
Yeah, we sure did, and I wasn't ready, Josh. I'm sorry, that's on me. But welcome to the big town. The town,
right.
Larger than an average town, Josh, but not quite a city.
No, no. This is well established. It's big, but it's still a town. I actually don't know. Is town like a governmental
an official
distinction? Yeah.
It probably is, right? Like,
yeah.
There's probably some kind of population that you draw the line, and then before you're officially a city instead of a town, you know?
Yeah, we should know. I mean, we're here every week talking about our town. Yeah, we run Big Town. Who run Big Town? Right?
We run. Yes.
I was doing Mad Max Thunderdome.
Yes.
You were doing Who Wears Short Shorts, I think.
Well, we should tell the listener that Big Town is in fact run by Lord Humongous.
Yeah. And us.
And us. Hey, and he lets us do our thing. He lets us do the podcast.
Yeah, he's like surprisingly easygoing.
Yes. But what can the viewer expect, or the listener expect from Big Town?
Well, the listener can expect every week. This is an improvised podcast. In the beginning, we have some conversation. We warm up, tell some stories, and this leads us into a montage of short improvised scenes that we have not prepared. As they say in all improv shows, you'll see tonight and never see again.
Whoa. But what happens in the second half of the podcast?
Well, then in the second half, we go full throttle, just doing one extended narrative from beginning to end, a whole arc of a story with characters who continue throughout the story in multiple
locations. Who grow
locations
and change and
and
come to satisfying emotional places in the course of our story.
That's right. And this is all brought to you by my friend over there, Jesse Moriarty.
Hello, and it is equally brought to you by my friend over there, Joshua Pilch.
Hello. Not that many people call me Joshua, just my family.
And Lord Humongous.
And Lord Humongous. Lord Humongous doesn't talk that much. No, I'm thinking of Master Blaster. I was gonna say Lord Humongous has a little guy, but that's Master Blaster. Which one's Lord Humongous?
You know what? Let's just leave him behind and continue with the podcast, Josh, because I think we are not giving
Lord
him
Humongous.
We're not giving him his due diligence here.
Yeah.
Now, I've been hearing some great music, Josh.
We're gonna talk about that now.
Well, we'll mention it again at the end, but I always like mentioning our music.
Yeah, you just heard coming in. Our theme song, which was played by Steve Wilder Blumenthal of WilderBlueMusic.com.
Very good. Now, I believe it's time. We're going to tell some stories. We're going to tell.
Yeah, let's do that.
And to do that, I am going to have to activate the random word generator.
Yeah, that's right. We're back. This is our usual format. We've had a couple weeks of some very special episodes.
Special guests. And we redid the entirety of The Phantom Menace. Check out
which, by the way, Jesse, I have watched the movie since then.
Okay, how did that feel?
It was really interesting. Like I said last episode, being in it made me understand what was happening a lot more than I ever had watching the movie before. You helped a lot with that. So the listener missed last week's episode, go back and hear how well Jesse in character explains what's happening in the Phantom Menace.
I think we both admit that it's been a while since we've seen the film. How well did we do, Josh?
Oh, perfect. It was word for word.
Oh, nice. All right, are you ready for some random words?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. We get elevator, medicine, control, addition, temperature, math, assistance, studio, ad, and device.
Okay.
Ad is in short for advertisement.
I see. Oh, thank you. We're not going to make that mistake again. I have a medicine story.
Is it a happy story, Josh?
It's a funny story and a little embarrassing for me.
All right.
It's a story with ups and downs, but ultimately is funny, I think. Or
all right.
Amusing, anyway.
All right.
You said, is it a happy story? It doesn't start happy, I guess.
Why? Okay.
A couple years ago, what should I say? I was living with a partner, my girlfriend at the time, and we were coming to the end of that relationship. And to make matters, even more difficult, I was sort of dealing with I was dealing with some depression.
Josh, we're firmly in the downs right now.
I know. Well, much like what you'll hear in the second half, hopefully this arcs. We my girlfriend and I broke up, and it's that awkward sort of point where that some people have to deal with, where we're still cohabitating, but since this coincided with me doing therapy for the first time, it also shortly after the breakup was the first time that I tried an antidepressant, which, by the way, now I'll skip way ahead in this story. Antidepressants are great. Therapy is great. If anybody feels like maybe that's a thing you want to do, I say go for it. Don't just get antidepressants. Talk to an expert. Therapy, though, go for it. So the thing about antidepressants, though, is that sometimes when you first take it, it takes a little while for it to get into your system, and some side effects of varying degrees may happen or may not. Things like memory loss and slurred speech, depending on the drug. I am not an expert. The listener should know I am not an expert. So I had to tell my ex, we're both in this apartment. I need to try this this medication for the first time and know that I don't 100% know how it will affect me. And so I took it. I took Wellbutrin, which has some properties of ADD medication. So I do not have attention deficit. I am pretty attentive. But a side effect I almost immediately encountered was just I suddenly became very focused and very attentive to everything. And I started essentially these first couple weeks, it got me pretty high, which is not a thing that
here.
Yeah. So this first time I took it, I'm like pretty high. I'm so like focused and like, so I got really obsessed with this puzzle video game I had on my Nintendo DS, and I just kept playing this video game and like I couldn't lose. I just kept playing it and like going further and further, just getting this insane score. And then the embarrassing part of that is I kept sort of going into another room to where my ex was and being like, look at what I'm doing. like
Wow.
And she had to be like, yeah, okay, like that's cool or whatever. Yeah. In the end, everything kind of worked out for the best. But
Did you beat the game?
Well, it's sort of a game that you play and the score goes up and up until you lose. But I got an insanely high score.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That story was pretty real, Josh. We appreciate you sharing that with us.
Oh, sure. I like talking about mental health stuff just because it's been such a positive influence on my life, and people don't talk about it that much, which is fair.
Yep.
But also, people, you don't have to feel alone if that's what you're going through.
Wow. This is a very it turned out to be a very special episode of Big Town after all, didn't it? Well, I have, let's see, going off our words, I have a studio story and a temperature story. Which one would you prefer?
Let's go a studio story.
Alrighty. In one of my previous jobs, I worked at a children's museum.
Yes.
And one part of this museum that they had built in was a little children's art studio. Where children could come in and do different little art projects every day. And this was my favorite place to in the museum to work. It wasn't a big place, so there were only so many employees, so I worked all over the place. But that was my favorite spot to be. And there were a couple of regulars, kids who came in all the time and whom I got to know, and they always had fun additions to my day because one day it was around Halloween. They were making up different monsters. Drawing pictures and things of different monsters, and I was going around and I was asking, well, tell me about your picture here. Like, what's your monster's name? What does he do? And there was just a lot of high quality material here because like one kid was like, this is the healthiest. And he ate fruits and vegetables and people.
Oh no! What a fairly healthy diet. I guess.
Another one was called another was called the Taker, and he would turn invisible and take your stuff. That was all there was to him. It was just an invisible thief. It was fantastic. And my favorite monster that these kids created was called Botus. And Botus's deal is that he is on every boat.
Simultaneously?
Yes. They didn't explain how it works, but no matter if you go on a boat, Botus is there.
That's excellent. I love kids like drawings and stuff. Like,
it's fantastic.
Those are actually very sweet and imaginative. The one I always think about, there was a point where I visited my old first grade teacher, and she was teaching they were reading the Frog and Toad books. Do you remember those? They're like very cute.
I do, yes.
And,
very cutesy little
nice.
stories,
Yeah. And the kids were supposed to like draw their own version of Frog and Toad and like stories for them, and they were all horrifying. There are two I remember very clearly. One is Frog dangling Toad over a fire. And,
Why? How did their relationship get to that point?
Well, I don't know, but there were talk balloons, and Toad, who's being dangled, is saying, "Don't do it to me, Frog." And Frog is saying, "I have to."
Montage. All right, Mr. Grant.
Yes.
I'm afraid the test results are back. It's not very encouraging.
No.
Yes. But we do have some options we could take. I would like you to get you immediately on a regimen of chlordextrin.
Okay.
I want you to take one of those every day, all right?
Okay.
Hopefully
this is going to help me?
Yes. The clinical trials have had a lot of promising results. And
Okay, good. I just... Yeah.
And then, naturally, you'll of course, I still recommend that you stay out of the full moon. Don't go into the full moon.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. Sorry, I can't go outside when the moon is full? Is that what you're saying, Doc?
Well, when the light of the full moon reaches you. Like if it's a very cloudy day and no light is reaching the surface of the earth. Then...
Hold on. I'm really confused. I came in. You haven't given me a diagnosis. I came in. I know, like, this is serious stuff. Like, I've got kids, and I'm experiencing severe memory loss. There's scratches on my body that I don't remember how I even got them. Like, this is a big deal. I have a family.
Yes, I understand. Did they not explain it to you? Mr. Grant, you're a werewolf.
Wait, what?
You have been infected with the curse of lycanthropy.
Is that a normal sort of diagnosis that you...
I mean, it's not a very common disease, but you definitely have it. So that's why we want to get you on the chlorpedextrin.
Okay.
And
what does that do?
Well, it's going to hopefully reduce the severity of the symptoms in a large way. Clinical trials, as I said, have been very promising. And
this
hopefully...
will prevent me from transforming into a creature of the night?
No. Sit down, Mr. Grant. Sit down.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
I want to tell you that the chlorpedextrin is going to help, but it won't... It's not going to completely erase all the symptoms you're experiencing.
Okay.
And there may be some side effects to this drug when you first begin.
I'm just reading the side of the bottle, and it says it definitely is going to help with my memory loss, but honestly,
you'll remember everything you do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if there's one thing about the werewolf transformation that I would want to keep, maybe it's that.
I'll tell you what. Let me play you the commercial for chlorpedextrin. Maybe that will make things a little bit clearer.
Okay, yeah. Let's see.
There we go. Hello. Gary, you look a little bit out of sorts.
Oh boy, John. Life is rough ever since I began to transform into a hideous wolf creature at the sight of every full moon.
Oh, Gary,
I'll never be able to live a normal life again.
Well, have I got some good news for you. You can try chlorpidextrin.
Well, what's that?
Chlorpidextrin is a brand new medication developed by those at the Chlorp Foundation. It will prevent the worst of all werewolf and lycanthropic syndromes.
Wow, okay. So I should be able to get back to a normal, everyday, regular life?
That's absolutely right, Gary. Imagine being able to go out to a nice restaurant with your friends on the night of a full moon.
Oh, this is a wonderful restaurant, don't you think, darling?
And the moon is very full tonight. Gary, what do you think?
It's a very nice evening. Oh, Gary.
Chlorpidextrin may cause you to transform into other kinds of large canines apart from just a wolf. Women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant should not take chlorpidextrin. Also, in certain rare cases, only your bottom half will keep turning into a wolf.
Hey, Doc, you can turn off the video.
Ask the doctor about chlorpidextrin today.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Thanks, video. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
does that
want to
make it
take
more
this.
clear?
That does not sound like a cure to me.
It's not a cure, Mr. Grant. I never said it was a cure, but it is going to help. Now,
Look, I've been out of work for a long time because of what I'm dealing with, and I've got an interview tomorrow. Okay?
okay.
And there's a full moon tonight.
Well, it's fine as long as your interview is not after dark.
It is. I'm interviewing for a night shift position at a bookstore.
Well, if we get you on the chlorpidextrin right now, it's still going to take a little while before it fully kicks in. To be perfectly honest, this drug was developed to help vampires. So you.
All right.
You might originally experience some anti-vampire feelings.
Oh God. Okay, I just got
like
to
a
be prepared for this.
Real love of garlic and things.
Oh, so on top of everything else, my dog legs, I'm going to have the opposite opinion of a vampire?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. I just need to get my life back on track.
Well, I think this is going to help, Mr. Grant. I really do. I think it's going to help.
Right,
and one more thing, that I am actually a were-leopard. And I've been on I've been on chlorpidextrin for 1.5 years, and I haven't mauled anyone.
I was wondering why you have...
the lower half of a leopard? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The drug makes it that you have the lower half, but that's permanent. It doesn't matter about the moon.
Yeah.
Good luck. Here's the drug.
Oh, thanks.
The next day at the bookstore. Right. So your name is Andrew Grant?
Yep, that's me, Mr. Books-A-Million.
It's Books-A-Million.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were...
Why did everyone get that wrong?
I'm sorry.
Now, why do you want to work here, Mr. Grant?
That's
why,
a good question.
A more important one would, why am I the CEO interviewing for a local single store night shift position?
I don't know the answer to the second question, but I'll take a moment to think about the first. Let me...
Please do.
God, I fidget a lot when I'm nervous, and maybe sometimes I start scratching.
Is that your leg?
No, that was not my leg.
Now, listen,
I scratch with my hands like a normal person.
Mr. Grant, I realize that a job interview is stressful, and I want to put people at ease. So why don't you have a delicious piece of garlic bread?
Yes, please.
Oh, my. Mr. Grant, this is hardly appropriate behavior.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh boy. I'm sorry. Now I'm parched. I'm really thirsty for not
Yes?
blood. The opposite of blood.
What a suspicious thing to say. Not blood.
I'm not thirsty for blood. I'm thirsty for whatever the opposite of blood would be. I guess water. I guess I'm thirsty for water. I wish I hadn't even said anything.
Well, here's a bottle of water.
Thank you.
Mr. Grant, can I ask you something candidly?
Okay, what is it?
Are you a werewolf who has just started a medication regimen?
That is an extremely inappropriate interview question. And I don't feel I should have to answer it, but to be honest, yes, you guessed it. I'm a werewolf. I guess now I'm just the bottom half of a werewolf with the properties of what the opposite of a vampire wants.
Mr. Grant, I will tell you, I think you are very brave for telling me that and for seeking treatment in the first place. You're hired.
Well, really?
Yes, and to be perfectly honest with you, when I stand up from this desk, I think you'll realize why I'm sympathetic.
You've got the legs of a bear. Are you
Right.
Were you once a werebear?
That is correct. I have the lower half of a bear, and I have the opposite opinions of a mummy.
Oh, wow. Well, hey, you know what? Maybe this is the start of a new friendship. Why don't I transform into what is now my standard form, which is a bat. I actually am a bat who transforms into a person now. And you can, I don't know, put a brain back in through your nose.
Excellent plan.
Let's do it.
I think you're going to be a fine addition to Books A Million. Oh, Frog. I've just made some tea and crumpets. Would you like one?
Oh, yes, Toad. Thank you very much. Why, this is a lovely day.
I've never had a friend like you, Frog.
Nor have I ever had a friend like you, Toad.
After we're done with our tea, would you like to take a walk with me in the woods?
Why, yes, that sounds lovely. Indeed. But first, I'm going to enjoy this nice hot cup of tea.
It's very lovely. I got the recipe from Mrs. Badger.
Oh, that's quite nice. Mrs. Badger is a lovely woman.
Indeed. Now, Frog, can I talk to you about a matter of some delicacy?
Oh, why certainly, Toad. You are my dearest friend.
What do you think of the current government?
Well, of course, you're speaking of the administration of President
President Antelope, that's right.
Antelope. Yes. Well, I don't, I don't know that it's always great to talk about politics, but, people, I just think that people are a little too hard on President Antelope, give him a chance. He's really improved the economy.
Well, you see, I'm getting together a series of like-minded animals.
Yes.
And we are going to overthrow the government.
What? Toad,
Keep it under your hat, Frog. Are you with us or not?
I don't know. I was planning to go on a jolly walk. I wasn't planning.
Yes,
to,
we're going on a walk in the woods, and it'll be lovely, and we'll see all the leaves changing color. But after that, we're going to put on masks and throw Molotov cocktails at government buildings.
Oh dear, but that doesn't sound like a nice, jaunty afternoon in the park. I just don't. Who's at the door? Hello, Frog. It's me, Shrew.
Ah, Shrew. Why don't you come in?
Yes, I've brought you some raspberry tarts that we can all enjoy. And as per our agreement, I've brought the case with the sniper rifle.
Excellent.
What's this now?
Well, President Antelope will be giving a speech tomorrow, and I don't think he's going to finish it, if you get my drift.
You mean to murder President Antelope?
Assassinate, please.
Oh dear, this is quite difficult. Who could that be? Hello, it's me, Duck.
Duck, come in. Please,
Yes.
come in. We were just having some tea, and Shrew has brought some lovely raspberry tarts.
Oh, excellent. I love tarts. And that should go nicely with what I brought, which is a cake. The tarts will go well with the cake. And, I guess the other thing she brought will go well with this effigy of President Antelope that we plan to set ablaze to telegraph our sinister intentions.
Excellent. Well done, Duck. Now, all we have to do is agree on a set meeting time to begin the inferno.
No. I don't agree to any of this. I don't think it's right to assassinate anyone.
Even though the president has done some questionable things?
Oh gosh, I don't want to think about this. This is too difficult. Toad, I'm sorry, but...
excuse me, there's someone at the door.
Who is that?
Well, hi, everybody.
Oh.
It's me, Mr. Mole.
Oh, hello, Mr. Mole. Boy, you have come at
We've received reports of seditious activity here. I'll need to see your identification.
Oh dear.
Yes, I have it right here.
Oh my goodness!
All right.
You've murdered Mr. Mole!
Duck, Shrew, help me dismember the body. We'll bury him in the yard.
Oh no, I forgot to bring the bone saw. Hello, Otter here. Brought a bone saw and some cookies.
Oh, great, Otter. What a lovely party we're having.
All right, that's it. You all must stop.
Frog, put down that Molotov cocktail. That thing is dangerous.
No, I must stop this coup from going forward.
Don't do it, Frog.
Toad, I have to.
Ah!
Oh no, now everyone is going to know what I've done. I need to leave here. Oh look, there's a boat. I'm going to board the boat and get far away from here. All right. Looks like I'm alone on this boat.
Going
Oh,
somewhere?
It's Bodie. Bodie?
Botus.
It's bonus. Oh no, I should have guessed.
It doesn't matter what boat you got on. I'm on all of them.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm in many places at once. I'm a multitude.
Oh, I hope your diet is at least good.
Fruits, vegetables. I don't enjoy tarts or cakes or cookies. Too sweet for me. But I also eat people.
Well, that's all right for me. I'm a frog.
Yeah, you're fine.
Even at the very end, Frog had and Toad were still friends. You know, their ideological differences. Yeah, the differences were too great. All right.
Well, yeah. So I guess we had a little fun in the montage. We're enjoying some of the longer montage scenes. Maybe it's time for us now to go into our long, extended narrative.
Do you think it's time for that? Would you be ready?
Jesse, I've never been more ready in my life.
All right. Would you like some more words?
Yes, why don't you use that device of yours to generate some random words?
Very well. Here we go. We get poetry, truth, method, tooth,
Ooh.
outcome, recommendation, economics, music, department, and sympathy. Music and department are two distinct words.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's begin the long form. I just don't know. I just don't know, Reginald. I find it very a complex issue, a difficult issue.
Why, yes, Percival, I suppose you are right. It is a bit of a sticky wicket.
Yeah, very much so. Do you... young Grimsby has been nothing but exemplary in his studies here at the university.
Yes, indeed.
And yet we cannot forget that he comes from a very poor socioeconomic background.
No, we shan't ever forget about that.
Thus, when he asks me to write him a letter of recommendation, I find myself torn. I've no malice toward the lad. You know that perfectly, Reginald.
No, of course not. But you are Sir Percival Weatherbacket, one of the finest poets and professors in all of England.
Yes, well, thank you very much, Reginald. You're no slouch yourself, being Earl Reginald Van Tiddlywinker, who is the finest cellist who has ever graced England's shores, if you don't mind my saying so.
Oh, yes. I quite appreciate you saying that. But we still come to this issue of Grimsby.
Indeed. Oh, botheration.
Yes.
If we give Grimsby, whose father was, and I shudder even to mention it, a grocer, a letter of recommendation, surely we should then be compelled to give letters of recommendation to every such urchin and man of low breeding as asks for one.
Yes, it quite opens us up for a sort of slippery slope that we do not want to have to begin. And furthermore, we, as the co-headmasters of snotty university, we have certain standards to uphold. If the other students see us give this sort of earned, if we give Grimsby the
what he's worked very hard for,
and has proven himself able and successful in as a student of literature, well then, this university, well, I hate to say it, but it would start to beg comparisons to Slob University over in...
Slob University.
Yes.
Don't even remind me. Ugh. I'm breaking out in hives just at the mention of such a place.
Oh, Percival, I can see that you are indeed breaking out in hives. What an uncomfortable rash you seem to have.
Yes, any mention of Slob University or any kind of place of higher education which is not as nice as this college, it just causes me no end of discomfort. But I shall bear it because, well, that's just the great self-sacrificing sort of man that I am.
Oh, Percival, I do admire your fortitude. Oh,
Well,
and to think too that Grimsby the elder went to Slob University.
Oh, you've done it again.
I'm sorry, but of course that's where he majored in grocery.
Well, I think we have come to a conclusion. We cannot
Yes.
give Grimsby the letter of recommendation. It is simply unconscionable.
We cannot, and we shall not.
Very well. Butlerberg, send in Grimsby, please.
Right away, master. Right this way, young Grimsby.
Oh, boy, okay. Wow, all right. I'm sure that I'm going to get exactly what I'm due for all the hard work that I've put in. Oh,
Yes. Grimsby.
it's Earl Reginald.
Yes, hello. Please, take a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
That seat isn't too nice. Sit on the other one.
Yes. If you don't mind, Butlerberg, could you please bring in the disused toilet that we were planning to replace?
Yes.
Here you go, sir.
Spread 2 pieces of silk, and then a kind of nice towel, and then a less nice towel, and then a rag, and then put the toilet on that.
All right, here you go, sirs.
Very good. Grimsby, you may sit there. All right. Well, you guys got my request then for a letter of recommendation.
Quite, yes, we did. And, well, my boy, we have some difficult news. You see, Professor Tallywacket and I, and that's what you know him as. Obviously, that's not his last name, but that's the name he goes by to the students.
It's true. Professor Tallywacket is my nom de education. Just as we call Reginald there Professor Funky Monkey.
yes. My nom de education.
Well, I've heard that other universities just have you address the professors by their given last names.
But that would require you to remember what your last name is.
Quite so. Grimsby, we cannot give you the letter of recommendation.
Yes.
What? But Professor Funky
I'm sorry, boy, but
Professor Funky Monkey, you know that I've worked very hard to to excel in this college, and I do better than all of the other students who come from, it must be admitted, higher socioeconomic positions, but don't work as hard as I do.
Well, Grimsby, were we to give you this sort of preferential treatment, the nicer, fancier, higher class students will feel betrayed. Students like my boy, Terence Tallywhack. He uses my education name.
But I thought that was that was the other professor's education name.
Yes, well, sorry, I meant to say that he uses my friend's name because we respect each other. So.
Sign of affection, yes. Just as my dear son Eustace goes by Eustace Funky Monkey.
Yes.
No, my boy, I'm sorry to say it, but you are not only not getting your letter of recommendation, I have just now come to the decision to expel you from this university.
Yes, Professor Tallywhack is quite right. In fact, it just does not stand to have anyone of a certain lower class to be on campus at all, especially considering that the academic tournament is coming up so soon.
Indeed, both of our sons will be competing in that tournament,
Yes.
and I'm certain they will do quite well. I'm given to understand that no less than Svetlana Krishnikova from Russia is coming to compete in the tournament as well. And when we defeat her, we will establish Snotty University as the finest institute of higher education in the world. Not just England, but the world.
Yes, quite. So you understand, don't you, Grimsby?
Well, frankly, I find this to be a moral injustice. But as you are the heads of the organization, I have no recourse but to accept your judgment here. And well, I guess I won't be able to compete in the academic tournament, even though, as has been said, I am the best student that this college has ever had. I suppose I'll simply return to my father's grocery shop and work there.
Oh dear. Percival, are you all right?
The hives are so fierce. They're on my lungs and organs. Quickly,
Oh yes,
bring me.
I can see.
Bring me a champagne.
Here you go. Pop. Here you go. Oh my, I've never poured it myself before.
Oh, that's made it worse.
Oh, how could we have known? Oh, if only we knew how to soothe a damaging rash.
Yeah, it's a mystery. That is what I was studying here, was medicine, but
Grimsby, please, you must know how to help my dear friend. Oh, look, he's on the floor. He's foaming at the mouth.
Well, I made a mistake and took the Hippocratic Oath before I graduated, so I have to help him, yes. Well, I'll tell you, Professor
What a mistake.
Professor Funky Monkey, that Professor Tallywhack's hives are actually psychosomatic. He's simply so offended by the concept of other people being, poor, that it causes a physical reaction. But I can help him using hypnosis.
What?
Yes, this is what I've been studying. Observe. Watch. If I take out this fine pocket watch and I swing it back and forth, see how he's following the watch. Now I can induce him into a trance state. Okay, you see? And now I'll simply tell him, all right, Professor Tallywhack, you are in a country club, and no one there was born without inherited wealth unless they are a servant. See, look, the hives are receding.
Oh, look. Oh, my lord.
Yeah.
You've done it, boy.
All right, now I'm going to tell him to sleep. He should relax. When I snap my fingers, you will enter a deep sleep and dream of caviar.
Oh.
There we go. All right.
Oh, look, he's sleeping so soundly.
It's fish eggs. It's nice.
Yes, such a lovely snack to be thinking of during one's slumber.
Well, I'll be going then, Professor Funky Monkey.
Wait, Grimsby, hang on. It does occur to me, well, perhaps there are other options for what we can do with your
education?
Your status as a student.
Well, gosh, I don't know what that could be, because no matter how hard I study or the achievements I make, I can't change the fact that my father was born into poverty.
No, that's true, and that is an awful thing about you, but, well, it seems to me that there are two different avenues we can pursue here.
Yes.
For one, you've proven yourself to be an exemplary student, an expert in your chosen field of medicine, as well as several other areas of interest, and therefore you would be an excellent teammate for our upcoming academic tournament.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you've proven that you're an expert at hypnosis. So maybe you could hypnotize the other team into thinking they're all chickens or something, and we'd beat them handily.
I could, Professor, but wouldn't that be, well, quite unethical?
My dear boy, were you able to somehow experience the life of the upper crust, you'd soon learn that the areas of ethics are, shall we say, movable.
Well, Professor Tallywhack, what if I do...
Is on the floor, yes.
Professor Funky Monkey.
Oh, yes.
Professor Tallywhack might not approve of this plan, even though I did just save his life. Professor Funky Monkey, if I do this, if I hypnotize the Russian academic team, what's in it for me?
Oh, well, I suppose.
I realize that you only understand things in terms of give and take. So
Quite right. Well, I suppose then, yes, if you are going to give this sort of a gift to us, then, well, I suppose that we could reinstate your status as a student.
Really? You'd write my letter of recommendation to Grimwell Medical Research Laboratory, where I will finish my hypnosis and save thousands of lives?
Yes, my boy, I will, but only if you successfully hypnotize every member of the Russian team.
All right. Well, I'm still concerned about the ethics of it, but I agree.
As for now, you see, tomorrow the Russian team is going to arrive here in England, and there will be a black tie social event to a sort of a ball to welcome them and to kick off the academic tournament. Now, if you were to go there, I'm afraid you'd stick out like the proverbial sore thumb. as a member of the lower class. So you have to go with my son,
Eustace Tallywhack? Terrence Tallywhack.
Terrence Tallywhack.
Eustace is the other guy's son, is Professor... I keep forgetting
right.
that you guys do the opposite names for some reason.
For some reason, it's a show of utmost respect.
You upper-class customs are so strange to me, who was born in poverty.
No, they're not strange. They're normal. Now, and yes, I suppose you could bring Eustace Funky Monkey with you also, but I imagine that also might be confusing, so we can feel it out when we get there.
Fair enough. All right. Well, he is going to be there, right? He's part of the academic tournament, so...
Oh, yes, both of our boys are, but... I will inform my son of what we are planning, and he will help you to conform and fit in with the others at the social.
Very well. It's a deal, Professor. I'm going to go ahead and put on my little cap and my fingerless gloves and my jacket with the patch on the elbow and head back out.
Yes. Oh, don't forget your one crutch.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I do suffer from a unspecified ailment that causes me to limp. All right. Thank you, Professor. Goodbye, Professor Funky Monkey, the more reasonable of the two professors who run this institution. Click. What happened? What happened? Why am I on the floor?
Oh, Percival, you decided it was time to take a bit of a nap. I hope you are rested. Anyway, there's nothing else on our schedules for today. We've already expelled Grimsby.
Oh, did we? Fantastic. That's good. I'm going to ring my little bell here. Ding, 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 ding. Butlerberg!
Yes, master?
Bring in some raspberry tarts, and a cake, and some cookies.
Yes, sir. Here's all of them.
Fantastic. Percival, I have a good feeling about this academic tournament.
Yes, you said to yourself, and I, Reginald, also think that
Percival,
it's going to go
Percival, you are a clever old sod. Percival, you love this cake.
Next day at the social.
Man, am I tying this tie right, Terrence?
No, you're not. You've wrapped it completely around your forehead. Oh dear, this would never work.
Come on, Terrence. I know that your father is a big, important professor, and he's a bit of an antagonist. But you've always been nice to me, if a bit, thoughtless about your privilege.
Oh, Grimsby, you sure know how to describe a person's character. But here, let me help you. It goes around your neck, you see, underneath your collar.
Oh, what an odd thing.
No, didn't you see mine? Just do the same as everyone else.
Oh, you rich in your bizarre desire for conformity.
Grimsby, I must confess, I am a bit nervous about my father's plan. I'm not a terribly good liar, you see.
Terrence, it'll be fine. All we have to do is, once the Russian students show up, we have to somehow lure them each away, all three of them, one by one, to a secret location where I will use my skill at hypnosis to place them into a hypnotic trance and thus convince them that they're going to lose the academic tournament. Now, it shouldn't be too difficult. I mean,
right.
The only one I'm worried about is Svetlana Kalashnikova. They say she's as smart as she is beautiful as she is evil.
Oh my, my knees are knocking against each other.
I can see that. I can hypnotize you if you want.
No, we'll do that later.
Presenting the Russian students.
Make way
Make way for Miss Svetlana. She does not wish to touch any of you English dogs.
Yes, and introducing the members of Russian academic tournament team.
Yes. First is really big one. Ivan Grashkov. He is enormous.
Hello.
Next is small but dangerous one wearing glasses that light occasionally strike and turn into opaque glowing mass. You see? Lenses just light up. You cannot see his eyes. Makes him look quite inhuman. His name, Boris Vensterskrov.
Oh my, it's Boris Schwensterskro.
Is that a Russian name?
I don't know.
And finally, as beautiful as she is smart as she is evil, Svetlana Kalashnikova.
Out of my way.
Oh, man.
I cannot wait to defeat you English morons, and I will crush you both figuratively and literally.
Oh my gosh. She's so beautiful. If she's really as smart as she is beautiful, then she must be brilliant. Terrence.
Right, but
look at
but Grimsby, remember, she's also as evil as that.
Oh, that would be very evil, wouldn't it? Huh?
Yes.
But perhaps her third major quality is not as intense as people make it out to be. Maybe she's
Okay.
Maybe she's as smart as she is beautiful, but she's only kind of evil.
All right, but that's not how she's ever been described. Grimsby, what are you doing?
I'm walking towards her. I'm going to introduce myself, Terrence.
Oh dear.
Madam Kalashnikova. Hello.
What is this?
I'm Featherwell Grimsby.
Grimsby, eh?
I welcome to our country. I hope you. I don't have an English accent, but everyone else here does.
Yes, I was noticing that just recently.
It's because I was born into poverty. We couldn't even
Right,
afford.
so you couldn't afford fancy English accent. You have disgusting American accent.
Oh, Madam Svetlana, I want you to know that however our teams do on the academic tournament, I believe that this is an opportunity for friendlier relations between England and Russia.
Yes, well, I want you to know that I will destroy you. I will tear you limb from limb, and I will cave in your skull, and...
These actions you're describing are quite evil, Madam Svetlana.
Yes, haven't you heard the common description of me? I'm very evil.
To be specific, she is as smart as she is beautiful as she is evil. And all of three of those things very much so.
Thank you, yes. Now, get away from me, Featherwell Grimsby. You disgust me. Although, I do like how you are wearing your tie around your neck.
Yes, I always wear it around my neck. Please excuse me. Oh, Terrence, did you see her? Did you see how she threatened to do serious bodily harm to me?
Yes, I did see that. Oh, Grimsby, I'm afraid you're getting too distracted. We better not start with her in our mission. All right.
Right. Well, okay, there's Ivan, he's the really big one, and Boris, he's the really
sly
Small one.
Yeah, he's
Sly
small.
one, yes, yes.
Small but evil, yeah. With the
All right.
glasses that always catch the light. It's
Yes.
makes him
It
look
is an
enemy.
effective, it is effective in conveying that he's frightening and
But also
possibly
intellectual,
amoral
yeah.
person.
Yeah, but also
yes,
intellectual. Conveys both of those things quite neatly. Oh,
Yes, yes.
hide me, Terrence, hide me. Here comes Professor Tallywhack and Professor Funky Monkey. They can't see me here.
Okay, here, come behind these coats.
All right, good idea. Oh, man, I stink of mothballs.
Father, fancy seeing you here. Ah, yes, my boy.
Terrence, are you excited for the big academic tournament? I was just about to go introduce myself to the Russian team, you know. I'm thinking of making it a bit interesting, if you get what I'm saying.
Professor, Tallywhack, you're, planning to make some sort of wager?
Just right, yes, indeed. Well, I don't want to give away the surprise. Let me go speak to Madame Svetlana over here. Come along, Terrence. You can say hi with me.
Okay.
Madam,
Grimsby, I'll be right back.
What did you just say to the coat rack?
I told it I'd be right back.
Yeah, that's very nice of you. Madam Svetlana, I am Professor Tallywhack. This is Terrence Tallywhack, no relation. He is simply using my name as a gesture of affection.
Yes, makes sense. You must be professor of this pathetic institution.
Well, never. I would be more upset if you were a person of low breeding who said that, but you're not, are you?
No, I am quite wealthy. All people in Russia are very wealthy.
Really? What,
As far as I know.
Excuse me one moment, madam.
Okay.
Reginald,
Yes, what is it?
this is going to sound weird, but how do you vibe? What year is it? Like, are we like... Is it like Victorian times or modern?
First of all, I can't even keep straight what my own name is. How am I to know what era we're supposed to be in right now?
All right, we'll feel it out. Madam Svetlana. Madam Svetlana.
Yes?
I was wondering if you would care to make tomorrow's academic tournament a bit more interesting.
Interesting, you say? What did you have in mind?
I was thinking perhaps that the team who loses the academic tournament must allow poor people into their school.
Father, I mean... Oh, that's that's makes me feel sort of bad, but at the same time, I'm glad you look up to my friend in that way. Yes, sorry, Professor. Are you sure you want to be doing that?
Relax, Terrence. There's no way these Russian stooges could possibly defeat our team, because we are of higher breeding. Is it a deal?
Oh, Professor, it is a deal. And I will, not only will I win tomorrow and force you to take poor people into your institution, but then I will hurt a dog and make you watch.
Oh, God. Why?
Because I am as beautiful as I am intelligent, as I am evil.
The third thing was bad. Very well. And let's go have some more raspberry tarts and tea.
Oh, are there still many whole cakes on the table?
Yes, indeed. Man, these coats. Oh, that's it. I'm getting out of here. I don't care what's going on. Oh, there's Terrence. Let me see if I can.
Grimsby.
Terrence. Oh, good. You're here. What? Okay. Your father and Professor Tallywhack are at the cake table. I don't think they'll be there for a while. Yeah.
Indeed, yes. Oh dear, looks like father has picked up a whole cake for himself again.
He does love cake. Oh, I wonder what it tastes like, cake.
Grimsby, you've never had cake before?
Oh no, I can't afford cake, Terrence. You see, I was born into poverty.
Oh, I never really thought about what that means.
Yes, it's awful. And it's systemic.
Oh, I suppose that's true. And come to think of it, there's really no way for that ever to change. For a person to move from a different class within a system such as that is almost unheard of in my memory.
Yes, I thought...
Although...
What? What is it, Terrence?
Oh,
what's
Grimsby, the stakes of the tournament have changed.
What?
You see, Professor Tallywhack just made a bet, and if the Russians lose, then poor people will be allowed in our university, which I'm beginning to see might actually be a good thing.
You mean wait a minute. You mean if the Russians win, then we would have to allow poor people into our university?
Oh, that's right. Yes,
because he wouldn't agree to the opposite. That physically hurts him.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yes, I had it backwards.
Oh gosh. Well, this puts me at a... Terrence, I have to confess something to you. In exchange for agreeing to your father's hypnosis plan, he was going to let me graduate even though I'm poor. But now I discover that if I don't participate in the plan, I might be able to graduate anyway. What should I do, Terrence?
And you would be helping people
other
like
poor
you
people
all throughout England, here in the era in which we live.
But on the other hand, Svetlana will probably do something evil, right?
I imagine so, yes. Oh, this is a dilemma.
Oh gosh, what should I do? Oh, here comes Ivan Grashkov, the really big member of the Russian team. He's stepping into a side room so that he can powder his nose. Oh, this would be the perfect opportunity to catch him alone and hypnotize him. Oh, my.
What are you... hold on, I forgot my accent. What are you going to do, Grimsby?
Oh, man. I'm going to do it. I said I would help, I would participate in this unethical plan, and it would be wrong to go back on my word now. That's a thing that we poor people believe in is keeping our arrangements when we say we're going to do something.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, I am starting to look more beautiful.
Comrade Grashkov.
What? Who is here?
My name is Featherwell Grimsby, and I have something to show you.
Who is saying that? I will tilt my head downward.
You're so enormous. How are you going to help in an academic... Well, I shouldn't assume that just because you're really big, you're not intelligent.
How dare you? I'm extremely smart.
All right, fair enough. Look at this golden watch. Watch it sway back and forth.
What are you doing?
Just look at the watch.
Hang on a minute. Is this some sort of hypnosis?
Yes. I am hypnotizing you.
Ha! Tiny little English boy with American accent. I don't believe in hypnosis. In fact, no way, no how, no matter what you do, will I ever fall under your unconscious control.
All right. Well, if you say so, then there's no harm in...
Shh!
Oh, wow. Okay. Ivan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ivan, you will lose the academic tournament tomorrow.
I will lose the tournament tomorrow.
Whatever happens, you will fail all the questions. You will lose the tournament.
Even though I am a very intelligent person, which is something that people do not initially assume based on my outward appearance, and soon after learn a lesson about judging a book by its cover, I will still answer questions wrong and lose on purpose.
All right, very good. Ivan, you will leave this room with no memory of our conversation, but you will have the compulsion to lose the tournament. Also, go and find Boris and send him in here alone.
Out of the way, tiny English boy. I need to go find my friend Boris.
All right, I'm stepping aside. Terrence, are you there? Are you hiding in this plant pot?
Of course I am. You know my favorite hiding place.
Look at how you stick your head out and you've got the plant.
Yes, the plant is on my head. Yeah, the dirt from the plant is formed into sort of a hat on my head, and the plant is coming out of it.
Yes, it's comical to look at. Listen, that's one down. I've hypnotized Ivan.
Right. All right. Oh, look! Here comes Boris now. I'll get back into the pot.
Excellent. Excuse me. Are you Mr. Boris Krishnikov?
That's Krishnishkishkachev.
Oh, my apologies. The light is hitting your glasses. It looks sinister, but also makes you look intellectual.
Well observed.
Oh dear. Could you excuse me for a moment while I speak to this plant pot?
All right. I see no reason not to.
Terrence,
What's wrong, Grimsby? What's wrong?
He's got his glasses. His glasses will block the hypnosis. You've got to get them off him.
What? Me?
Yes. Yeah. Do something. Make him take his glasses off.
All right. Let me think. What would be the best way to get him to remove his glasses? Wait. I'm tipping the pot. What was that? Oh no, my glasses fly off my face.
Look at the watch. Look at this watch, Boris. Watch it sway back and forth.
I know what this is. This is hypnosis.
That's right.
I need to get to my glasses before you can complete the process.
Too late. You are in my grip. You are under my hypnotic control now.
Just as I touch the glasses.
Boris, you will lose the academic tournament tomorrow. Do you understand?
I understand.
Excellent. You will lose the academic tournament tomorrow. No matter what happens, you will have no memory of our conversation, but you are filled with the compulsion to lose the academic tournament tomorrow. When you leave this room, you will find Svetlana and tell her I think she looks amazing, and ask like how she gets her hair like that, because it's just fantastic. Oh, and tell her that I think she's really
Grimsby, what are you doing?
I mean, send her into this room. You will send Svetlana into this room alone.
I will send Svetlana into this room.
Okay, he's leaving the room.
Goodbye.
A bit of a twist guy, but at least he doesn't refer to me as tiny English boy like the other guy did.
All right, Grimsby. There's only one more.
That's right. We're our duplicitous web of mind control and unethical manipulation is almost done, Terrence. And then once the tournament is over tomorrow, we can put this all behind us. And I will graduate on the backs of other poor people who I could have helped.
Hey, are you in here?
Yes, come in.
It's me, Svetlana. Are you the one who told Boris to ask me how I get my hair this way?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Well, I just think it looks very nice, Miss Kalashnikova.
No one's ever said that about my hair before.
It's a very severe bun that you've got it drawn into, but I still think it suits you, considering that you're.
You were wondering how I get my hair into a bun?
Okay, I'm a bit nervous. I don't know what I'm saying. Look.
You are English boy with American accent. You are funny. I like what you say, and I like the look of your tie. Perhaps I let my hair down from this bun.
Oh my! It makes her look a lot more human somehow, like a lot more approachable. Wouldn't you agree, Plant Pot?
Yes, I do agree. Oh, thank you, Pot.
Now I have. Should I really do this? Should I really?
English boy, can I confess something to you?
Of course, Miss Kalashnikova.
You see, I never want to be smartest or prettiest or most evil. I feel pressure from my family to do all these things. You see, both of my parents are Bond villains.
Oh, I see. Well, I certainly understand. You see, my father is a grocer,
Grocer? Why, I grew up. Each day I would go down to the grocery store. You see, my Bond villain parents would never remember to make dinner for me, and so I became very close with the grocer in my town. He would help me to make dinner each night. I loved the grocer. Oh.
Why, that's surprisingly empathetic of you, someone who is described constantly as evil.
I know, I'm tired of people saying that.
Madam Svetlana,
What was your name again? Grimsby?
Featherwell Grimsby, yes, I'm a poor student here at the college. God, I can't do it, Plant Pot. I'm sorry, Madam Svetlana.
Can't do what? No, you must do it, you must.
Please excuse me. Enjoy the rest of the party. Goodbye. Don't look in the plant pot.
What a strange boy. Pardon. I need to be going now. I'm a plant. Grimsby, what happened?
I couldn't do it. She's just so compelling.
Yes, I know what you're saying. We've seemed to be learning time and again the issues present when one judges a book by its cover. First, when we met Ivan and discovered he was incredibly intelligent despite his gruff exterior. Yeah. Then, when we met Boris, actually, he was pretty much what we thought. But then Svetlana was nothing at all like any of the three descriptors most commonly associated with her description.
Well, no, she was very smart and she is very beautiful,
yes.
but she's just not as evil.
Evil at all.
Well, I mean, she's threatened evil things, I suppose, but Terrence, I couldn't do it. I couldn't put her under my hypnotic spell and force her to lose the tournament. But it's fine, right? Because we've got the other two under my hypnotic spell, and there's no way Svetlana could win the whole tournament by herself. So it'll be fine.
I hope you're right, Grimsby. I hope you're right. Tomorrow at the tournament.
Professor Funky Monkey, are you prepared here? I'm quite excited for this tournament.
Oh, yes, Professor Cherry Garcia. Oh, I thought you were an enemy, Professor. So, hold on, let me clean my glasses. Professor Tallywhack, it's you.
Yes, indeed. Sorry, my English accent fluctuates in regional nature from time to time.
Yes, that's what happens. It seems we're doing quite well, aren't we?
Indeed, it's almost time for the final. Your son and my previously unseen son are also performing quite well.
I was going to say, I'm quite proud of my boy. He's answering many questions correctly, and well, to be honest, Grimsby is doing a decent job as well, and the two of them are quite making up for the fact that your son rarely speaks at all.
Yes, I'm not. You know what, Professor Funky Monkey? I am not happy about Grimsby doing so well. I realize that we've already expelled him, so that there's no. Once the tournament is over and he has to leave the school, there's no consequence for us. But I feel like it's still bad publicity to rely on the son of a poor man.
Don't worry, Professor Tallywhack.
But
we'll be fully rid of Grimsby after today.
Yes, you're quite right, of course.
Let's see how they're doing up there.
The next question is for Terence Tallywhack. What sound does a cow make? You've got it. You've got this, Terence. You've got it.
The sound that a cow makes is moo.
That answer is correct. A point for Snotty University. The next question is for Ivan Grashkov. How many paws does a kitty have?
1 billion. Ivan, what are you doing?
Incorrect. No points awarded to the Russian team. The next question is for Eustace Funky Monkey. Your question is, what is the speed of light in a vacuum?
All right, Eustace, feel free to answer this time. Oh, God.
He's doing it again, Terence. He's just...
Eustace, please, say something.
You have 10 seconds.
10 seconds feels really long. It sounds short, but it feels so long when you're on stage.
No points.
What points
awarded.
Here?
No points awarded to Snotty College. The next question is for Boris Kirkov.
Yes.
What's
the question?
Your question is, how many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man?
The correct answer is that this is not a metaphorical question posed by a Bob Dylan song, and that there is a definitive answer to it.
That is incorrect. It is, in fact, a metaphorical question. No points awarded to the Russian team. The next question is for Featherwell Grimsby. Featherwell Grimsby, is it ethical to hypnotize an opposing team as part of a competition in order to secure victory? Oh, man. Why did it?
I mean, you know what the answer is, so I get.
Why did I have to get that question? Why couldn't you get that question, Terence? The answer to the question is no. It is not ethical. That is correct. The next
I was
question.
sort of Grimsby. I'm sorry. I was sort of hoping maybe it wasn't, just for your sake.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we were talking just a upper class judge, we'd be fine. But this is a very very impartial judge.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
judge the from the famous dynasty of judges, the Snaphammers, actually.
Yes. I do believe the Snaphammers will go on to do wonderful things through,
Or have already done. I'm not
or
sure.
have already, depending on what era we're in right now.
The next question is for Svetlana Kalashnikova, and this question is worth 10 points.
What? Why?
Because it's hard. It's a hard question.
Right, but you didn't ask us a hard question.
Well, her teammates are doing very poorly. I want to give her a chance to catch up here.
Wow, what a fair judge.
I guess, yeah, I suppose. Madam Svetlana, what is more important? Academic success or love?
This is a difficult question. One which I ask myself very often. I look around this stage. Boris, do you know the answer? I think the answer is a cat. What? That doesn't make any sense. Ivan, do you know the answer? I think the answer is moo. No, that was answer to cow question. Is love more important, or is academic success more important? I look around. I look over to the other table. Does this answer the question? As I walk over to the competing side and go up to the boy who has caught my eye and charmed me and give him a big kiss. Oh dear.
Why?
Now, Percival,
Reginald, what's going on? What's happening? Why has Svetlana,
don't know.
who is supposed to be as smart as she is beautiful as she is evil, done something that is arguably not evil and kissed Grimsby?
I don't know, Percival. I mean, this wasn't even part of the plan.
What? What plan do you mean?
Nothing.
That
please
answer is correct.
Yay! Russia!
The Russian team is now tied with the English team.
All right, that hardly seems fair.
Yeah, they got one question that was worth. Can we
All
get
the points that we... Yeah, can we get the hard question?
You wish for a hard question which is worth 10 points?
Yes, so that we can claim the victory that is rightfully ours.
Very well. Who will answer it? Eustace? Terence? Or
No, of course
Featherwell?
not Eustace.
Well, Eustace has literally said nothing. And I don't just mean in this tournament. I mean in the entirety of the time that I have known him. He has never said a word.
Grimsby, perhaps this is your moment. Although that was pretty awesome when the hot girl kissed you, but but I think maybe it's time. Maybe you should take this answer.
Are you sure, Terence? I mean, I'm only a poor man's son.
No, Grimsby, you've taught me you're a lot more than that.
All right. I will answer the question.
Very well. The question is this. Is the accomplishments of a poor person equal to those of a rich person?
That's such an easy question.
We've got this in the bag. As soon as Grimsby says that the accomplishments of a poor person are not the same as those of a rich person, victory is ours. And the Russian school will have to admit poor people. Oh, there's my hives again, just talking about poor people.
Well, Grimsby?
The answer to... I'm sorry. I can't answer that question. Because I have cheated in this tournament. I placed 2 of the Russian members under a hypnotic spell that gave me total control of their actions. And I release them now.
Whoa, hey, where am I? Well, actually, I knew where I was, but why was I answering wrong so much? Hey, that tiny English kid did this. You must have hypnotized me and Boris and the other member of your team.
No.
No.
He's
not. He's just generally unresponsive.
I was promised that if I guaranteed the victory of Snotty University in this academic tournament, then I would be allowed to graduate despite being a poor person.
That's terrible.
What a scandal. And at this time, I would like Professor Tallywhack to leave the room lest his psychosomatic hives kill him.
No. Percival, I think you should stay for this.
I'm so aghast. That's what I am, aghast.
Percival, the hives are all in your mind. Perhaps you should, like my son has and like I am starting to, you should listen to what Featherwell. I can't be bothered. Featherwell Grimsby has to say. I can't be bothered to remember these names. Oh no, perhaps that's what I should be learning. You should listen to what he has to say.
Listen, I was drawn into an elaborate web of hypnosis, cheating, deceit, learning about people of different socioeconomic backgrounds, and love. I have fallen in love with Svetlana Kalashnikova, the head of the Russian team.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and she is hopefully reciprocates that opinion, even though I'm poor, and even though I can't even afford an English accent despite being a native of Great Britain. And none of that justifies the fact that I did cheat. And so I should be disqualified from this competition, and I should probably be thrown out of university as well. Very well. With the withdrawal of Featherwell Grimsby, the question goes to Terence. Are the accomplishments of a poor person the same as the accomplishments of a rich person?
Well, all right. That's an obvious answer.
Yes, it is, boy. Answer it. Remember, you use my name as a gesture of affection. Don't forget why.
Oh, I remember, Professor Tallywhack. And that's why I'll give the answer that I know is correct. They are... Wait, phrase the question again.
Very well. The question is this. Are the accomplishments of a poor person of the same merit as the accomplishments of a rich person? So if a poor person did a thing, and then a rich person did the same thing...
Yes, I understand it now. The merits are equal.
My hives! My hives!
No, Percival, look! Watch what the judge has to say.
What? That answer is... Can I get a drum roll? Thank you. Correct.
Yeah!
Therefore, the English team wins, and Snotty University will not have to admit the poor.
But wait! I've learned very much from my friend Grimsby, and I think perhaps the Snotty University should have to admit poor people anyway.
I would like to say something.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Professor?
yes, I have something to say. First, observe as I strip myself fully nude,
What?
and there are no hives on my body anywhere.
What? We didn't think you had hives. Why are you doing this? We did not have the proper context for this.
For my entire life, I suffered from hives when I heard about poor people, or about people from poor backgrounds, or about anyone who wasn't the same social class as me. And I thought it would kill me. But now I realize that what was killing me was my own prejudice. And thus, I am officially changing the policy of Snotty University. And we are entering into an official student exchange program with Slob University. And yes.
I, as co-headmaster, second that movement.
Thus, since we possess full power over the university, the motion is carried. And I furthermore hereby officially award a diploma in hypnotic medicine to Featherwell Grimsby. Here you are.
Grimsby, that's wonderful.
And I further award a doctorate in ethics to Terence Tallywhack.
Oh, thank you, Professor.
Now,
I'm honored to have your name.
Oh, you're all right.
If you all don't mind, I'd like to award one more thing to Grimsby, as he's taught us all a lot here today.
Oh, what do you mean?
Featherwell Grimsby, you have proven that there's much to learn from people who are less fortunate than ourselves, and so I award you an English accent.
Oh my! Well, isn't that topping, old sport? Listen to
Grimsby,
me.
is that you? You're English.
Well,
You're English.
I'll be shacking. I'm just all whiz. Svetlana, will you marry me?
I will marry you.
Oh, well, isn't that just wizard? Terence, old bean. Will you be our best man?
Of course. And why should we wait? Why don't we leave the tournament right now and you can be married straight away on my family's boat?
To the Terence's yacht. Ivan, Boris, you come with us. You too, Judge Snaphammer. And my two dearest professors who have taught me so much and have learned something themselves. Why don't you come with us too?
All right. Eustace, you stay here. You don't really add anything.
Well, speak up if you object, though, Eustace.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Everyone
all right.
to
Let's
the
go.
yacht.
Oh, what a beautiful sunrise coming up. And me in my tuxedo with the tie tied around my neck.
Right where it is supposed to be.
And you
me
in your...
in a beautiful white gown.
And using his newfound authority as a doctor of ethics, performing the wedding and serving as best man. Terence,
I can think of nothing that could possibly go wrong at this moment.
Yes, me neither, darling. Oh no, we should have guessed. It's Botus. He lives on all boats at all times.
You were expecting me on a different boat, but I'm also on this boat.
How very foolish of us. We should have known he's on all boats. But
He's
wait,
on every boat. Ah.
let's try to remember what Botus's diet is. Well, it's fruits, right?
We have plenty of fine fruits here, but he also eats vegetables.
Right.
And I've got some cauliflower and things, yeah, so that should be all right.
But what's the third thing?
Well, it turns out that the third thing, in the same way that as Svetlana is as beautiful as she is intelligent as she is good-hearted, Botus eats fruits, vegetables.
As much as he eats vegetables, as much as he eats
people.
And that's the end to this tale of woe and misery in the Victorian era.
Nice.
Oh boy.
That's
Very
good.
nice. Very nice. Sometimes when we do those, I just feel like I'm just gonna live in this for a while. Like I feel like very at home in the
Right?
stupid world that we've created.
Fancy college with its Russian enemies and
Yes. All right, Jesse. Well, I guess that's it for another episode of Big Town Improv.
I guess so. From the rich neighborhoods of Big Town to the poorer suburbs of Big Town, from our town
To your town.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.